I see we don't have decks tonight, huh?
I haven't heard a thing.
That's no problem. We will continue nonetheless. So we will push on. That is faux show.
Kind of decided these girls are being Clark Kent and Superman.
Between three decks and Misty.
One shows and the other blows.
Gotta get my nails and my hair done.
Boing.
I'm sorry, Dave, it's a little late for your nails.
Yeah.
You better have a big checkbook to get your hair done.
Oh, what's up?
He doesn't need a big checkbook for the hair. He needs a big checkbook for the beard.
Manscaping?
I like that.
There you go.
I actually
Manscaping.
heard that. Yeah.
On an 18-hole golf course, please.
I actually heard that on a TV show. Manscaping. I actually really like that term. It's pretty cool.
I thought it was pretty neat, and they've done some really nice things. Like, there's some truly artistic and well-designed men out there when it comes to manscaping.
So what kind of manscaping are you talking about? Just like piano wire for chest hair, replacing the real chest hair with piano wire? I mean, what's going on with that?
I don't know what the specific term really encompasses, but I've seen two different variants where one is like just the way that you do your facial hair and like the fine line and very very precise and precision, very good sharp lines. And there was this one guy that took guys with chest hair and like drew designs in it. Like one of them was like the New York City skyline in his chest hair, and it actually sounds horrible, but it looked freaking fantastic. I was just shocked.
Maybe I'll have someone put Tiamat in the rug that's on my back. How about that? I'm just kidding. I don't have a rug.
I would start a charity for that.
Just have them do the body, and you can get the heads tattooed on.
Right? No, I don't have a rug on my back. Oh, all right. So Dex isn't here. No problem. We're going to continue anyway, and you guys know what to do. So welcome back, Misty. Welcome back.
Whew, glad to be here. Very much.
Good to have you back.
So I guess with that, I'll start it off.
Exactly,
Hi
Zovia and
guys,
Stig.
I'm Mystaria. I play Misty, the half-elf warlock with a love for fire and an imp named Crivclaw.
I am Kadojo. I play the silver dragonborn Silverclaw.
Isn't it nice to say that?
Mm.
Silverclaw?
Yes, it does.
I bet.
Who finally got his damn katanas.
Which he's happy about.
Oh, Krivgar.
I'm Stormwolf. I play Krivgar, the Dragonborn Bard.
I'm sorry, go ahead, buddy.
I should say also searching for his pan flute.
And I'm Wormfood. I play Tiberius, the human cleric.
You feeling all right,
I'm
Warmfood? Oops, sorry about that.
I'm feeling all right, Dave.
All right, good. Good to see you, bud.
Good to be
And
seen.
I am Sisson Guy. I play Zelos, the arcane trickster,
The voice of reason.
party rogue.
Until he wants to steal something
We
from.
were traveling north
I
from
love
the
it.
Scrollclaw Mountains.
I love it.
Caravan was being shadowed by griffins carrying riders of the Griffin Guard. After a time, the caravan reached a massive abandoned castle where the Griffin Guard camped. There we were joined by a gnome, Nick the Peddler.
Mick the
Wagon
Peddler.
was being drawn by a metal insect Nick called a Quailish that he had found during a mission in the Underdark. Also joining the caravan were robed and hooded figures who we observed to be frequently watching our camp. Two seemed to be most closely watching Zelos, our rogue. Tiberius, during our encampment rather, in the evening, approached Nick the Peddler and learned that Nick is traveling to complete a mission that he has undertaken for a mage named Silver Fox. He had found Quailish, the metal insect, in the Underdark and now uses it to pull his wagon. He has items to trade, and we bartered extensively with him. Kensa
Yeah, it did.
bartered for a horn of blasting and a wand of identification. Tiberius traded a future favor to Nick for a cap of water breathing. As Tiberius, Kensa, and Zelos make plans to find and kill the two watchful-robed men, two men approached our fire and revealed themselves to be Silverclaw, Rivgar, our erstwhile but dead partners. They tell us the Governor Nighthill of Greenness had undertaken to have them exhumed and resuscitated. Resurrected, Griffin Guard were assisting them to reach the caravan, we learned. Nighthill and Leoson want Doral, Paladin, and Rafavar the Monk to return to Green Nest. Zelos splits his golden gems with the Dragonborn, each receiving a third of his holdings of golden gems. 3 days after the reunion with Cribgar and Silverclaw, a commotion ensued after an elk seeming to have golden fur and platinum horns seen near the caravan with a herd of deer. The hunt was immediately organized. None but Kensa have any luck railing elk. She trailed the elk to a clearing where it tells her to continue to follow the Gold River
Thanks, Surgeon Puddle.
Castle in the Sky.
Thank you, sir.
Also told her that not all will survive. The elk vanished, leaving behind a finely crafted elven short bow, which Kensa's wand of identification tells us is magical and will make hitting targets easier and increase the damage done to those hit. Delos is given the bow. Several days north of Daggerford, a cultist approaches Zelos and asks for money to remain silent about Zelos' past capture at the cultist base camp southeast of Greennest. Following morning, a scroll containing a demand for 1,000 gold is found in Zelos' armor.
10,000
At
gold, I
breakfast
think it
that
was.
morning, female gnome who had joined the caravan in Daggerford
10,000 or 1,000? I think it was 10,000.
revealed a magical trap disguised as
Maybe it was
a lump in
1,000.
Zelos' bridge. A discussion follows, and the decision is made then to kill the erstwhile blackmailer. And we are ready to continue.
All right, awesome. So that's exactly where you, Zelos, System Guy, you always do such great recaps. Good job. So, you guys were just getting to the point to where you were stopping for the evening. You guys are almost 2 days away from Waterdeep. You've been on the road for damn near 2 months now, traveling from Baldur's Gate to Waterdeep. Now, there's been several fights along the way. You met some pretty cool people, but overall, it's been pretty quiet until this this cultist came up to, the night before, came up to Zelos wanting money. And, now it's the next day and you guys are starting to bed down a camp. But remember in the morning before you left for the traveling day, the small female gnome that joined back at Daggerford actually came up to you, and you specifically, Zelos, pulled a large bone splinter out of your breakfast and said that could have killed you if you would have ate it. And then everybody else didn't eat breakfast. It was kind of funny I could just imagine everybody sitting around the campfire, and then everybody just kind of looks at their porridge or whatever they're eating and just kind of sets it down and says, I'm not hungry anymore. I can just see that going. Pretty good. So, you guys traveled all day. Nothing happened, except for, I remember Kensa. She did get the attention of this female gnome by turning into a little weasel and delivering that message that you wanted to deliver to her. So Misty's been gone for quite a while. She's been gone for about a week. She just kind of mysteriously disappeared. Something is probably pretty important. You know, she usually doesn't do that, and I'm sure she'll probably catch up with you eventually. So everybody is now starting to break. Everybody's starting to eat dinner, starting to cook dinner. A couple of the hunters have gone off trying to find maybe an elk for their families that night. So, what do you guys think? It is not quite dark. It's still a little dusk. You've got probably an hour or so before it's going to get dark. Thanks, Relic Castle. I really am honored.
Well, I'm
and,
thinking that
humble that you would even
I'd
consider
like
doing
Misty
that. Thank you very
Zimp
much.
to
Thank you.
locate the cultist for us so that
Misty isn't back yet.
Nope, Misty.
Misty's
No,
not back.
Misty is not gone. Nope, she is not there. She is still gone.
Sorry, guys.
Tiberius, why
Yes,
don't you
sir.
wander? Why don't you wander up in your friendly fashion? Wander up into the wagons of the cultists. Find this guy that's trying to blackmail me, so that maybe if you can pinpoint where he is, we'll know which cultist to kill tonight.
Ooh.
So you're gonna leave this big responsibility to me, huh?
Hello, everybody. I can just imagine that. Oh my God, sorry.
Big personality, big responsibility. We know you can handle it.
This is so
Well,
good.
so I think you'll have to describe him to me, right? If I don't know who I'm looking for.
You're looking for a guy who's about 5'10", 170, and
like every other
got kind
cultist.
dishwater blonde hair and a pretty scraggly beard. He has a large wart on the right side of his nose,
A large wart.
and his arms were any longer, his knuckles would drag on the ground. That's the guy.
Excellent. All right, so that sounds. So I guess I guess that's what I'm gonna do is I'll jump out of the wagon now, and I'll kind of stealth up,
Unbelievable.
or I'll stealth with my armor.
Take your wineskin with you and do a little wine swapping.
Actually, you know what I should do? I should walk the goat.
Yes, take Carl with
I
you.
don't think Carl's had a good walk, so I'll just hook Carl up and take some Carl goat treats and just slowly walk up there.
Would you like a bat wing to put in your back pocket?
And no bat wings. He goes crazy. I think he may be allergic to bat wings.
It's
We
like-
don't want to.
It's like catnip. Catnip for
It
a
is.
goat.
Catnip for goats.
Oh,
I want to have a little Carl mall seizure or something.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and hook Carl up on the leash, and I'll just start walking up there and be all super friendly and walk him up, let him eat some grass, and I'll take a look in the in the cultists' wagons as I move up. So I'm looking for the guy that Zillus was describing.
You make your way up
In the
about...
meantime,
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm enjoying this. Go for it.
In the meantime, as Tiberius walks off, Zealous is going to huddle up with the remaining party members, Silverclaw and Grivgar, and I'm going to tell them about the ransom demand and show them the note that I found in my armor demanding 1,000 gold pieces.
So who are you going to tell that to? I'm sorry. Oh, Silverclaw and Krivgar, right?
Silverclaw and Krivgar,
Gotcha.
I'm going to get them up to date and let them know what's going on, and I'm going to ask if they have any suggestions.
I know what
My
Kid
feeling
Edge is
is
going
we
to
ought to
say.
just stare at the guy and drag his body off into the deep woods away from the caravan, and we'll just let consternation reign in the morning, and Eventually, everybody get tired of looking for this gun off. We'll go again.
What do you honestly think the answer of Silverclaw is going to be? Run that bitch through the grinder. That's what he's going to say.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure he's going to say, "I want to eat the top half. Krogar can eat the bottom."
Yeah.
Run him through the meat grinder.
There you go.
All right, so you guys are all in the company of one another. Crasher.
So Tiberius is walking through, pulling the goat. Now it's dark, right, Dave?
I'm sure they didn't. No,
Dusk.
It's dusk.
Dusk?
Yeah, you got about
All right.
another 45 minutes to an hour. I'm sure
Another
they didn't mean
45
that,
minutes.
Crasher.
I'm sorry, Dave. Go ahead.
No, I'm good.
All right, so I don't need to light a torch or to. Can use my super human thinks he's an elf senses, night senses, which is just like regular human senses, FYI. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll go ahead and just pull old Carl through, and we're gonna just relax and be real friendly and give a couple of waves to people. Every once in a while, I'll stop and give Carl a treat.
What kind of treat are you going to give him?
Well, I'm just gonna pat him on the back of the head, but I'll also give him a little chunky piece of goat treat. I'm assuming. I'm assuming we had some kind of a goat food. Honestly, I don't know what goats eat other than cans, so I'm not really
Horse
taking
grain
cans.
would get his attention.
Yeah, that's right. I think we talked about that. Yeah, I got horse grain. Goats love the horse grain.
They do. He seems pretty
So-
happy. He's following you. He's actually quite taken to you quite well. Since you
Well,
guys
you know,
bonded
I trained him how to sit.
a couple days
so-
ago.
Exactly. I mean, if I can train a goat how to sit, then that's pretty excellent right there. So I'm go ahead and kind of make a big deal with Carl, but I'm gonna spy off inside the some of the carts as we pass by, and try to see what I can see, and see if we can find where this guy that threatened Zelos might be.
You mean the guy with the big warts on his nose and just a couple inches from dragging his knuckles on the ground?
That's right. We're in like a caravan of thugs, so I'm sure that's
Yeah.
the only guy that matches that description.
Why don't you give me a perception roll, and let's see how you do. Wisdom,
All right,
if
here we
you're
go.
proficient in perception, which I think you are actually.
17.
Actually, you kind of get a glimpse. Actually, because you know that there's three cultist wagons as part of this, this entire caravan. You think you got a glimpse of this guy climbing into the last wagon, and it's covered. I mean, you can't see in. You see him go in, and then the flap come back over and fasten back up. But yes, you definitely think that you've seen him crawling into the last cultist wagon.
Excellent. So I'll make sure that Carl finishes his business.
And
And
he didn't
Go
notice you. He didn't notice you, basically. You noticed him as you're walking, inconspicuously feeding the goat, horse feed. But he didn't notice you.
so I'm going to go ahead and just do a little bit of a U-turn and lead Carl back, and let Zelos and the team know kind of what I saw.
Okay. That was a good perception roll, man, because I actually wanted a DC 15. I wanted a high DC on that, and you nailed it, man.
I've been practicing rolling dice all night, Dave. I stayed up
Yeah.
all night practicing rolling dice.
D. Helms, man, he had such bad luck last night. He was one of the ones in the viewer one shot. I think he rolled like a half dozen ones. Literally rolled a half dozen ones. It was crazy.
That's why it really helps to know the people that code Roll20.
I know. They'll just log right into your account like people think that what they do. But
That's right, yeah.
all right, so Silverclaw, as this is going on, Silverclaw, Krivgar, and Zelos, you guys are all together now. So if you guys want to RP that out, you guys can feel free to.
So, what's on your mind, Zelos?
Well, I think what I'm going
I
to
love
do
this
if we can
group.
pinpoint
I love
this
all
guy's
my
location
groups. So awesome.
is I want to stealth up there and I want to get a rope around this guy's neck, and after he quits wiggling, we'll just get him out of that wagon, and I'd appreciate some help. We'll drag him off into the woods.
No problem.
You guys are kind of happy for an assassination plot.
It's been how many episodes since I killed somebody?
Work.
It's been how many episodes since I killed somebody?
That's true.
So while you work,
We all know how Kadojo wants to stab someone with his sword.
Stabbity stab
oh
stab stab.
God, it's been so long since we've had a combat. My tongue is wearing out.
I know. We haven't had any combat in probably like what, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks? Jeez.
I haven't been able to go to the bathroom in 4 weeks. No combat.
Ouch.
There you go.
That was wrong. That was wrong.
It was wrong, but it was right.
Oh my goodness. So you guys
Oh, we're
inspired to find this guy. Well,
we're looking at each other and just waiting for Tiberius here at the fire.
you see him turn around. He comes back to the fire.
Ah.
He does.
There comes a goat leading a big guy.
Yeah,
So
he gets back.
I tell Zelos, hey, I think I spotted the guy. He's in the cart, a couple carts up. He just went behind a little area in the cart. It's the guy that you described. What do you want to do now? How do you want to handle this?
Dave, do the cultists set up sentries at all?
Do they set up what, camps, or do they set up watches?
Sentries, watches.
Yeah,
Sentries.
they definitely do. Oh yeah, there's like I said, there's at least a dozen guards, and they're pretty much geared to the hilt.
No, I mean during the night.
Oh, of course.
When everybody's.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. A lot of the families don't, but you do. And Mick the peddler, he has a couple small, he has a crow, and he also has another small little furry creature there also, kind of hanging out on top of his wagon at night. But you notice that, but mostly it's just guards. A couple of the merchants that's traveling also, they have a couple of hired mercenaries to watch their wares also. But yeah, there's quite a few people up at night taking watches. So it's just not the guards watching. It's other things too. But just as this is starting to happen, someone comes up to your camp, and you hear and it's the female gnome. And you guys are all around the campfire, kind of hanging out. And you notice Kensa, she disappeared.
She went off to play with the elk.
Could be. So, as this little female gnome comes up to you, she goes, "Did you guys find any other of these bone slivers in your food? I guess you guys didn't." And she kind of chuckles.
No, but
Yeah.
we are curious how you knew that was in there.
I have my ways. And she kind of looks at you, Zelos. And she just kind of says,
I look right back at her.
I have my ways. I have my ways.
I look right back at her and thank her for pointing that out. That would have been a very unpleasant surprise.
She just kind of chuckles, and she's wearing a hat with some beads and other small little trinkets hanging off of it, and she just kind of tips her cap to you a little bit.
Although,
yes,
I would like to pursue a conversation with her.
go ahead, Zelos.
I'm glad. I would be happy to make your acquaintance. I am Zelos. I am a rogue. Who are you?
My name is Jamna Gleamsilver, and I'm just a traveling person of this caravan, much like yourself. But I'm sure we don't work for the same people, but we're all on the same side, We share a belief that the cult of the dragon must be stopped. So, if you guys can help me find out what they're carrying in these wagons, I would definitely appreciate it. And also, where do you think they're going to take it? Do you think they're going to stop in Waterdeep, or do you think they're going to go to the Mirror of the Dead?
We know what's in there, and we know where they're going.
So, hey, what do they have in there? Like I said, I'm sure we probably don't work for the same team, but we're on the same side, if you know what I mean.
Well, if we're on the same side, then you'll help us.
Now, I need to see if you're trustworthy or not first. As I'm sure you probably need to find out for me. See if I'm trustworthy.
And a queen silver.
Gemna
We're not on-
Gleam Silver. Yep, Gemna Gleam Silver. That's what my mommy and daddy called me when I was just a wee little gnome.
That gem?
Jamna. Jamna. Jamna.
Thank you.
Gleam, as in the gleam of my father's eye. Gleam Silver. Jamna Gleam Silver.
Thank you.
That doesn't look ominous. Him picking out a piece of paper. Now, what was
I'm
your
gonna
name
roll
again? How
a
did you spell it?
columnist. Wow. And she
No.
has I just rolled, my dice cam's not working tonight, but I actually rolled a 19 comeliness for her. Well, 19 looks. You guys call it hotness, but I call it looks or comeliness. She's got a 19.
That's
Hey,
one
how
hot
was
gnome.
18?
This is basically your hot little broad.
Looks better than Silverclaw.
What does
Silverclaw has a tongue hanging out of one chop.
That's right. He is he was resurrected, so I'm sure that 18 is a little tainted now.
Oh, no, it's not.
This is kind of like Dolph Lundgren meets Jessica Simpson.
Scars are sexy.
But 1980s Dolph Lundgren, not 2014 Dolph Lundgren, man.
Gotcha.
1980s.
Oh dear.
So what do you think these guys are carrying? I know that they're cultists, and I know that you know. I've seen you guys snooping around since I've joined the caravan a few days ago. I know what you guys are up to.
They're carrying loot that they have basically
Stolen during
Captured
their
through
second campaign.
murder and raiding and burn, pillage, rape, and loot. That's their style in the southern part of
Shh, don't
the
say that.
coast.
Don't say that too loud. You don't want anybody hearing you say that. That could throw everything off.
Just we're all here at the fire, and there's no one hanging near us.
Well, there's people passing by and whatnot. You know, guard. You know, he does
Okay.
walk by, kind of look over at you. Not the cultist that you